Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video and I hope you enjoy. I'm Mizel Sitole, your CAT teacher, and thank you so much guys, and I hope to see you in our live lesson, our next live lesson. Thank you so much. Right, so today we will take a look at our practical assessment task. So we are still on our practical assessment task. Now, for today, what do I want you to do? Remember, we have online surveys software. We have free and open source online software, survey software or questionnaire software. Remember, in our last lesson, we looked at Google Forms and the SurveyMonkey. Right, so today, we are still looking at those, but I want us to compare. I want us to see which one is best between the two. I hope that after this lesson, you'll be able to compare even with the 5 or more survey software that I asked you to find. So I'm expecting you guys to have 5 or more online software, survey software, right? So after today, after this lesson, you will know how to compare between the two and how comparing can help in your research. Yes, comparing is important. Yes, so now for activity, I want you to find the 5 free and online survey software, compare and choose one for your pet, your practical assessment task. Now, how to use information and data that you have collected, how to process and analyze that data, but online. Because this online survey softwares, they provide you with options of processing and analyzing data online. Now, let us compare these two, Google Forms and the SurveyMonkey. Now, the pricing, these two are free, but with the SurveyMonkey, some features, for some features, you need to increase or pay an amount. But with Google Forms is 100% free. Now, with design and customization, this is extremely limited, and SurveyMonkey has options with premium plans. But then with design and customization, I think Google, even if it's limited, you can still choose it. Because remember, what you are looking for is not the options of designing and customization. Even if it's extremely limited, it's still fine. You can still collect data. The most important thing is to collect data and information. All right. Now, collaboration options. Google Forms is limited to multiple editors, but SurveyMonkey, the viewing, editing, and commenting is available. Okay. Now, question type, rules, and scoring, the most important. So when you are choosing a software for your survey, an online software for your survey, you look at this, compare them using this one. This question, you must ask yourself this question. When you are looking at a software, just look at how the questions are, the rules and the scoring. Is it more specific? The validation, is it more specific or more advanced, sorry. So with Google Forms has more specific validation options and scoring option. but the SurveyMonkey is more advanced question types. It has more advanced question types. With more advanced question types, your report, you can have data and information. Like you can have more data and information, and you can have um, like you receive answers in different ways, and with receiving answers like that, it will be easy for you to go ahead and do your research, maybe decide on what to do with your results. So with more advanced question types, I think you can get help with getting more information, because you'll have more deeper information with regards to what you are asking about. Then Google Forms has more specific answer validation options and scoring options. But now, just what is more important between the two? Is it more specific answer validation options or more advanced question types? I think more specific answer validations can help. Remember, we are looking for information. Our aim is to get information from our respondents. Our aim also is not to bore our respondents with long questions, with long, complicated questions, just simple and straightforward questions. So Google Forms might be good. Yes, you might. Yes, might be good for your questions. Okay. Template. Forms has 16 templates available, and then SurveyMonkey has 200 templates and 1.8 pre-written questions. So with this one, the templates and pre-written questions, you can make your survey, you can create your survey really fast and easily. And this one, you have to come up with your questions, but it doesn't matter. You can. And 16 templates, I think that's enough. You can work on that. Yes. Then branching and conditional logic. This one, available for multiple choice and drop-down questions. This one is available for more question types, but we are looking for multiple choice and drop-down question. Multiple choice and drop-down question helps with closed questions. So for respondents, it will be easy for them to answer those questions. So, and it can be easy for you as someone who's looking for information. It can be easy for you to understand or to collect those results, to save their opinions, because you have the questions are dropped out. You know how to, it's easy to save that information, other than more question types like advanced question types, your time wasting. But with multiple and drop down questions, easy. Okay, so now collecting responses. You can collect responses by email, link, or okay, and then with email, with the SurveyMonkey, you can receive the responses through Facebook Messenger, mobile, offline data collection, email link, etc. Then with the analysis and reporting, the most important, because remember, in your practical assessment task, there's a question that requires you to analyze and report. Right, okay. On with Google Forms, I have seen that you can create a spreadsheet, right? And you can, but then I saw only charts. Yes, you can collect the responses. You can see there were charts, and that's easy to use. But then with the SurveyMonkey is extensive. It has extensive options for data visualization. Yes, it has. Yo, look, SurveyMonkey, I saw like spreadsheets. There's many options that you can choose from, but I think you should search for more just to find out. Maybe there's something that's better or that does the job better than the SurveyMonkey. So you must look at all of those things before you decide. Now, let me look at your practical assessment task. Your practical assessment task. Now, after you have collected the information, data from your friends or from people, now wait, let's see, design and format the spreadsheet with, okay, now you should process and analyze the data in a spreadsheet. So now it says you now need to process and analyze all data, questionnaire data, as well as other data such as number of people affected. That may require the use of a spreadsheet and worksheets within the spreadsheet. Create a spreadsheet with a meaningful file name and save it in an appropriate subfolder in the phase 2 folder. Capture, import, copy. Capture, import, copy. You know how to capture, you know how to import, and you know how to copy. You have done this, or you have done that in the previous grades. Yeah. And even if you forgot, because I know some of you, I know it's a lot. But then if you find that you have problems, you know what to do. You're doing computer applications technology, and computer applications technology learners know how to find information. Right, so create, import, copy the data for your questionnaire to this, from your questionnaire, from your questionnaire to the spreadsheet, as well as any possible data you scored in phase 1 that you need to process. So ensure that only relevant, appropriate data is added or captured. Relevant, appropriate data other than the questionnaire survey data is added. There are no processing errors, so please make sure that there are no processing errors or error indicators. Formatting errors or inconsistencies in the data, you know how to fix that. Then design and format the spreadsheet with a good user-friendly layout so that it is so easy to read and interpret the data using appropriate formatting techniques. Remember, when you create a spreadsheet, you are making things easier for you. Remember, you are still going to do your report. So for your report, you are going to use this data. So make sure that the processing and the analyzing of data is correct, so that for your report, you may report on something that is 100% correct. Yes. Now, it also says, make sure the row and column heads or labels stand out. So your The headings and the labels of your spreadsheet should stand out. So they are formatted differently from other data, so they must stand out, yes. Okay, they must be different from the other data. Use consistent color, borders, wrapping, and styles to format the spreadsheet. Ensure that the formatting makes it easy for anybody to interpret the data and or the results. Yes, ensure that the formatting, it also makes it easy even for your teacher to read through and interpret the data and the results. Okay, so make it easy for anybody to interpret the data or results. Now, there's marks for that, and you should make sure that everything is correct and the formatting is so easy. Let it be easy for me to read. Let it be easy for me, or let me be interested in looking at your spreadsheet. All right, so number 8. 8 says use filtering or sorting as needed on the data, as well as formulas or functions to process data and answer any data-related questions posed in phase 1. At least one from each level given on the next page. Okay, so now you must use filtering or sorting as needed on the data, as well as formulas and functions. So there's marks for that. There is marks for that. Okay, so for the questionnaire, there's marks for quality. Well thought out questionnaire that will provide answers to questions not likely to be found in other sources, or that will lead to clarifying, or supplementing the information. Some questions will also enable processing of data using a spreadsheet and database. Now, we are going to look at the clear instruction guide users in the answers of the question. So your instructions, there should be instructions, like for instance, let's say you create a question, you add a question, the question must have an instruction. It must guide, must be clear and guide the respondents on how to answer those questions. I have also shown you, remember the age question on Google Forms? Yes. Remember, we changed the format and into a number or short text and a number. If a person is trying to use letters instead of numbers, there's an instruction that says use number instead of a letter. So your questionnaire must have something like that. Next one, questions are relevant and mostly provide answers to questions that cannot be found in other sources. Okay, so the questions are relevant, and they make it easy for you to find information that you cannot find in other sources. They must be relevant to what you are looking for. Questions enable processing in spreadsheet or data. Now you'll get marks for questions that enables processing in spreadsheet and data. Okay, so at least 25 completed questionnaires. So there's also a mark for a number of respondents. So there must be 25 or more respondents. Okay, so make sure that you have 25 and more. because by 25 and more, it's not only that point you are going to get. That point, I think it's 1 point, or yeah, 1 point for 25. But then don't ignore this and think, it's 1 point, or maybe 2 points, or 25. I won't reach 25, plus I won't lose so much marks. Remember, by getting 25 respondents, that means you have 25 people answering your questionnaire. You'll have more ideas, more information, and you'll have, I don't know what to say, but you'll have more information. You'll get, your answers will be answered by people. I mean, 25 people, you can't get that type of information from any other sources, but from people. So it's important. 25 people, more information, more ideas for you, more, yes, more ideas and more information for your report. Yes. Now, the technical part. Technical part, electronically created questionnaires. So it must be electronically created questionnaires, professionally and appropriately designed for the way in which it will be administered. Now, online, email, or printed, okay, so they must be professional and appropriately designed. Okay, with the online ones, try to be creative. Yes, creativity. Try to be creative. Yes, not only for the online ones, but for everyone. Like, no, sorry, for every type of a questionnaire, online or printed. Be creative. Like make your questionnaire professional and attractive. Let people be interested in answering your questions. Yes. And then it says also created in a word processing program using appropriate principles and techniques such as controls and form fields. Yes, with form fields, guys, form fields, they are so easy. If you did not understand what and how to insert form fields, the video is on YouTube. Go back and look at that video. And you have your textbook, you have the internet. You can do this. I mean, so easy. Yes. Okay, so created in Google Docs. Okay, for the questionnaires that are created on Google Docs or an editable PDF format. And please, in one of those softwares that I have asked you to look at, please also consider looking at the editable PDF format and try to use it. Okay, so that will ensure easy and appropriate answering of questions. Yes, like I have said, it will make it easy for your respondents to answer your questions. They'll be, I don't know, yes, but it will be easy for them to answer the questions, as well as accurate, important capturing and processing of data and information. So the technical part is also important when it comes to importing, capturing, and processing of data and information. If you use the right steps, if you take the correct steps of making your online questionnaires, your online questionnaires, the importing and the capturing, the processing of data and information will be accurate. All right, so for forms is created electronically, appropriate to the way it will be administered. So you'll get points for that. Appropriate questions grouped together under relevant headings. So you can't put age next to, can't say age, address, the name, gender, school. Like it must be appropriate. It must be grouped. Must have appropriate questions grouped together. Name, gender. Those are biographical questions, so they must go together. Then the other questions together also. Okay, now at least 5 questions excluding biographical data such as gender and age. So it must be 5 questions. For this part, the questionnaire part, come on, full mark. This is so easy, very easy. Appropriate question group together. Okay, we're done. At least 5 questions. So excluding the biographical data such as gender, age, and etc. Add more 5 questions. That will make you have full marks. Also, professional formatting and layout, appropriate word processing techniques. If you don't know the appropriate word processing techniques, search. Okay, so for the questionnaire, that's full marks. Please, guys, come on. Now, with the spreadsheet, you need to design a spreadsheet, well designed and formatted using appropriate formatting techniques, borders, shading, font alignment, etc. So your spreadsheet must have borders for it to be easily analyzed or interpreted. Right, so with good layout and easy to read, yes, it must be easy to read and easy to interpret. There must be rows and columns. Every column must have headings. The headings must stand out. The headings must stand out. Use borders, shading, the font alignment. Be creative. Yes, guys. And what else? Let me see. Yes, it must be easy to read. Oh, well designed. Also, the spreadsheet for results, separate spreadsheet for results. So there must be separate worksheet for results, well designed layout, headings and borders, well formatted with appropriate consistent formatting, freezing of panes, conditional formatting, absolute cell referencing. You have learned about this. If you need help, you can tell me or just go through your last year's work or last term's work. You have YouTube, you have everything in front of you. So I believe with the spreadsheet also, if you don't get full marks, maybe 80, 90%. 90%. Okay, so now the quality of your spreadsheet. Your spreadsheet should be have relevant data. The processing is correct. Make sure the processing is correct and relevant or appropriate and will answer questions, show trends, patterns, provide insights, and contribute to the solution. Yes, the aim of making a spreadsheet, yes, is for the spreadsheet to contribute to the solution. Remember, when you are collecting data, you have the problem at hand, the problem, then you are looking for the information, you gather information, you analyze that information, use it as your knowledge, then after you come up with a solution. So when you are gathering information, information should make sense for you to have knowledge in order to be able to come up with a solution. So make sure that your spreadsheet, the quality is perfect. All right. Next, only relevant, appropriate data collected and captured, excluding biographical data. Okay, so for biographical data, make sure that the data for biographical data is excluded. Okay, exclude the biographical data because yes, what can you get from a biographical data unless you are looking for the background of a person? But with the biographical data, the name, gender, surname, can get information based on their background, maybe gender, yeah. Okay, so relevant, appropriate processing and analyzing of an analysis of data, no processing errors, error indicators. Yes, if there's errors in processing that, it means there will be errors in taking or in coming up with the solution. Won't make sense. The data won't make sense. So if the data doesn't make sense, that means you won't come up with a proper solution. Right now, let's look at the analysis. The analysis should include relevant, appropriate data other than the questionnaire or survey data. Right, there should also be processing. Now, the functions must be done correctly. The functions must be done correctly. At least two graphs that are relevant, meaningful and serve a purpose. Remember, with the spreadsheet, with Google Forms, you can create spreadsheet. Remember, I mentioned the graphs and the charts. Yeah, so I think Google Forms will help in that matter. Okay, now you'll have marks for if you don't have charts or graphs, you lose a mark. So there will there will be marks for one relevant, meaningful graph that is present that will contribute to the solution, graph or chart. Okay, now a second relevant, meaningful graph that will contribute to the solution. So that's two. There should also be appropriate types of graphs and options used. There's also, you can use charts, and different types of graphs. Yes. Now, graphs should be easy to read and interpret. Yes. Read and interpret. It should be easy to read and interpret. Remember, if it's easy for you to read or interpret a graph, then that means it will be easy to come up with a solution. Yes, with the spreadsheet complexity, I will discuss that in our next meeting. In our next meeting, I will look at that. But for today, I believe we are done. I hope this has helped a lot. Remember, wait. When you are comparing your online or your your electronical, your online software or whatever that you will you will use when creating an online or an electronical questionnaire, remember, compare it to the others and see, and please guys look at come and look at what it is expected. Look at the assessment tool, look at the assessment tool and then compare your software. Yes, and thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you have learned a lot. I hope this has helped a lot. See you guys next time. So 5 free or more, make it 5 free and open source online survey software. Look at their features, compare and choose one for your pet. Yes, especially with the online ones. Is look at their features, compare and choose. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.